I never actually came out. I've just always been gay, and I think that's because I've been so lucky to live in a time after the people that have done such good work for me.
Yeah, whereas I struggled a little bit. So there was a bit where I was like, oh, I didn't realise at first, and then when I did realise, I felt like I'd done something wrong. I felt like I was going to let my family down, and it took me a while to sort of like grapple with my feelings. And because of shows like Queer as Folk, I started to accept myself, and I thought, well, this is just who I am.
We're an hour in, we're partying, it's Virgin Radio Pride. If you've just tuned our way, we are the LGBTQ plus station for our community, for our allies. I've got Adele Roberts and I've got Kate Holderness. Hello.
Hey. Good morning.
Just to recap, you girls have been together for a couple of decades
Yeah,
now.
20 years.
That is amazing.
Can you believe it, Steve, or can you tell? Be honest.
Do you see the bags
Can you
under
see
the
it? Can you see the 20
I
years?
see two people very much in love. You do. You seem so happy together.
Yeah.
Seem
My best
so
friend.
happy together.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell that. You can tell that. So, first question I've got for you about Virgin Radio Pride. Are you going to come back? Are you going to be involved?
Now we're
any
in. We're not
shows?
leaving. We'll do anything you want. Yeah, we're going to carry your bag, Steve. We'll make you cups of tea. We're hoping to also do a lovely chat with Vicky Blight about the L word.
Yes, now educate me about the L word, because this is a huge. Now, honestly, I haven't seen it, but I hear it's like, would you say Queer as Folk?
For women.
For women.
Yeah, that's sacrilegious. Steve, right, you and Graham, who works here as well, you're coming round to our house and we're going to treat you to all, is it 6 seasons of the L word?
There's quite a few.
Yeah.
It's got a reboot now as well. It's got Generation Q.
Yep. So it's got, do you remember Jennifer Beals that was in Flashdance?
Yes.
She's in it.
Wow.
Pam Grier.
Yeah,
Jackie
Foxy
Brown.
Yeah. And Jackie Brown.
Oh, she did both of them.
So
I hear it's one of those shows that hasn't, like, you know, it's a show. It's a bit like when we all sat down and we watched Queer as Folk in like 1997. I remember thinking, I have never seen anything like this, you know, on national TV, you know, quite prime time, showing our lives and people like us.
Totally. We went from the Brookside Kiss, which made headlines, to Queer as Folk, and I was like, wow, that is a big jump.
Yeah, I think it was one of the first shows that I ever saw that was basically made with gay women in mind.
Yeah.
And it was just so lovely just to see us represented and it to be so normalised.
Yeah. It wasn't like them being gay was the thing. It was just that they were successful women and then how they sort of like integrated with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. So important. And of course now, I mean, what do you think? Quick question about Heartstopper, because Bradley's on after me, Bradley Riches. And I was saying to, you know, and we both agree, I said to him the other day, it is... Yeah, if only we'd had a show like that when we were all growing up, when things were tough at school, you could go home and look at something and go, it's fine, because there are people like us around, you know?
Well, I didn't know I was gay until I was like, I think like later on, until I was about 15. Kate's a bit younger than me, and you've always been sort of okay with who you are, haven't you?
Well, I think I feel very lucky because of people like you and people that were, like I was talking about before, the people that have done so much good work. I never actually came out. I've just always been gay, and I think that's because I've been so lucky to live in a time after the people that have done such good work for me.
Yeah, whereas I struggled a little bit. So there was a bit where I was like, oh, I didn't realise at first, and then when I did realise, I felt like I'd done something wrong. I felt like I was going to let my family down, and it took me a while to sort of like grapple with my feelings. And because of shows like Queer as Folk, I started to accept myself, and I thought, well, this is just who I am.
Mm-hmm. And it's bit by bit, isn't it? It's why it's so important. Listen, so great to meet both of you. Adele and Kate, thank you for any future projects. Final question, anything that we can see? Can we watch you? Can we hear you? Can we see you on social media?
Oh, right, okay. Well, we'd love to do a children's book together for ostomy awareness. So I have a stoma. There's 3 of us in here. My little stoma, who's called Audrey. And we'd like to do a children's book again for representation, to show kids that it's okay to be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, both of you, you're amazing. Thank you so much for all you've given us, you know, the community and being here on Virgin Radio Pride. Really special to have you in on the first show. Come back and see us soon.
We
Adele
will do.
and
Thank
Kate,
you, Steve.
we love
Thanks,
you both.
Steve.
Thank you so much.
Virgin Radio.